Dear students, here we are to discuss how to balance a chemical reaction. First of all, we must remember that the substances taking part in chemical reactions are reactants. It is always written to the left hand side, whereas substances formed are called products. It is always written to the right hand side. To make chemical equation more informative, the physical states of reactants are indicated in the equation. Their gases, liquid and solid states are indicated by writing letters G, L and S respectively. All things you must remember that it should be written in the bracket. If product form is gaseous, instead of G, it can be indicated by an arrow pointing upward. If product form is insoluble solid in the form of precipitate, then instead of S, it can be indicated by arrow pointing downwards. When reactants and products are in the form of solution in water, they are said to be present in aqueous solution state. This is indicated by in bracket AQ. Now let us balance the given equation. Step 1. We write the given equation as it is. H2S2O7 plus H2O. See here, L is written here in bracket. That means what? Both reactants are in liquid form. Arrow is given and then H2SO4. It is also in liquid form. Now we number this equation as 1. Now we move on to the step 2. Step 2. Now we compare number of atoms of each element. Here hydrogen has 4 atoms in reactants. See, in H2S2O7 there are 2 atoms and in H2O there are 2 atoms. So it becomes 4. Here now we are thinking only about the reactants. In reactant, sulfur has 2 atoms in H2S2O7. While oxygen has 7 atoms in H2S2O7 and 1 atom in H2O. So it becomes 7 plus 1, that is 8. Now move on to the product. In H2SO4, hydrogen has 2 atoms, sulfur has 1 atom, while oxygen has 4 atoms. You can clearly find out that no elements is balanced. 4 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 sulfur, 1 sulfur, 8 oxygen and 4 oxygen. Now we move on to the step 3. Step 3. In the equation 1, H2S2O7 contains maximum number of atoms, that is 11. How it is 11? See, 2 of hydrogen, 2 of sulfur and 7 of oxygen. So 2 plus 2 plus 7, it becomes 11. Further, select sulfur for balancing. Initially, sulfur has 2 atoms in reactant while only 1 atom in product. So to balance, we multiply 1 into 2, so it will become 2. So factor 2 will have to be applied to H2SO4. Now we write down the resulting equation. How it is? See, H2S2O7 plus H2O, it gives you 2H2SO4. We number it as 2. It is seen that number of atoms of all elements are equal on both sides. See how? H2 from H2S2O7, H2 from H2O, so H2 plus H2, it becomes 4H, that we can write as 2H2. Now S2 from H2S2O7, okay, and 2 factor 2 should be given to this sulfur also in H2SO4. So it becomes 2S, so S2 become 2S. So 2 is applied to all the elements of H2SO4. Remember these things, don't forget. Now O7 in H2S2O7 and O1 in H2O. So it becomes O8. Now how it is balanced? Again 2O4. What is 2O4 means what? 2 into 4, that is nothing but 8. Again the same thing. Factor 2 is applied to O4. So it becomes 4 into 2 becomes 8. It means equation 2 is balanced equation. It is completely balanced. So in step 4, write down the final answer, means final balance equation again, that is H2S2O7 in liquid form plus H2O in liquid form. It gives you factor 2, 2 ahead, and then H2SO4, this is also in liquid form. Now you can balance any of the equation.